Hello, my name is LoG and welcome to the final part of this Dynamics and Dead Notes power-up. Just like the previous parts, this video will have 3 backing tracks that are at a static BPM, not a BPM that gradually increases tempo like we usually do. Because remember, the whole point of this power-up is to lock into the feel of each track, lock into the tempo, while simultaneously doing all of these tiny little mechanical or technical things to bring out the different levels of dynamics, as well as maintaining the energy with the dead notes. These tracks will move like this. You will play level 1, the softest dynamic, then level 2, the medium dynamic, level 3, the hard dynamic, level 4, the full dynamic, and then level 4, again, the full dynamic. So soft, medium, hard, full, full. That's how all of these tracks are going to run. And again, we're doing it at 90 BPM, then 100 BPM, and then 115. Remember, the goal of this power-up is not just to simply play the notes. You have to make sure that when you are running each level, your dynamics are significant or significantly different from each other, as best as you can, of course. Think about all of those things that we were doing, all of those tiny little techniques that we were applying to each level of dynamic to create the soft sound, the hard sound, the medium sound, or the full sound. Make sure that you've got obviously the parts learned before you start this video, because the focus is not really going to be the notes. The notes can't be the focus. Those have to be second nature. Those have to be in your hands. You have to be thinking about, how do I achieve the dynamic level that I should be doing for this particular part? So hopefully all this stuff makes sense. As usual, if you guys enjoy this type of instructional material, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below. And now let's get on to these final tracks. All right, that does it for this dynamics and dead notes power up. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. You know, all of the other power-ups that we've gone through mostly talk about like a musical concept or a technical concept, but this one is kind of different. This one focuses on these subtleties in the rhythmic or obviously the dynamics that some people just don't ever really think about. I've met a lot of people that don't ever play dynamically. They always just play at a flat level. They don't play soft, they don't play hard. It's just always kind of the same, you know, uniform level. Maybe that's because they're using a lot of distortion or whatever. It could be a variety of reasons, but this type of stuff, it's not just like a trick that you can use. If you get this stuff down, it will become an important part of how you approach everything, and you'll just lock into the tempo better. You'll feel more appropriate whenever you're playing over this style. And of course, this track is, you know, kind of like a funk sort of track, but this type of sound is used all over the place. If you listen to modern metal, a lot of those players are constantly messing around with dead notes. They're constantly messing around with certain notes being really soft, other notes being really loud. It's an important aspect of playing that just some players don't really ever get to. It's one of those things that it's not like a trick or a new idea that you can use in your lick. It will transform just how you generally play. And you'll notice locking into the time will be a lot easier. You'll notice yourself not really thinking only about notes, but how loud am I playing right now? Am I playing too intense for the dynamic of the track? Or maybe I can play really soft, or you won't be afraid to experiment with playing so soft that the notes are barely happening, right? All of those things are viable. You just have to know when to use it. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. As usual, if you enjoy this type of instructional material, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.